Hey everyone, welcome to the Rebellious Garden. My name is Laura and I'm so glad you're here today. One thing I never thought I would say here in Eastern North Carolina is I went to go start seeds today and I had to de-thaw my dirt. I have never run into that issue before and it is quite interesting. So I am seed starting today. I'm starting some cool weather vegetables for our family like broccoli, cauliflower, and kale. But I'm also going to start another round of flower seeds. And so I went outside and got a bag of dirt. I like to use Pro Mix. So I went outside, got a bag of dirt, and I put it in my little container. It is currently 18 degrees outside. That is why I'm doing this in my kitchen and not outside, because I don't like being cold. But I got the Pro Mix, and I still had a little bit of dirt left in my container from where I started seeds 2 weeks ago. So I just added the Pro Mix in there, and when I went to go put the water to mix it together, the Pro Mix was like dirt clogs, like solid balls, and the dirt that was in this bucket already that had been sitting outside was frozen solid. I couldn't even pull my little mixer, which is a potato masher, and I couldn't pull my soil blocker out. It was all froze to the bottom. So I have since put very warm water in here, and I'm attempting to mix it up. The fresh soil I put in there, I've gotten broken up, but the soil that was already in here is still frozen. So I think we're just going to work around it and use this when it finally de-thaws. So I put my dirt in here, I put water in here, I let it sit for a few minutes, and then I start mixing it up, breaking up any clumps, which I had a lot of very hard frozen clumps, and just kind of getting it to a little bit of a more smooth texture. Then I'm going to move my dishes out of the way because I just got done making bread. It is in the oven behind me, proofing. I have my trays here. You can buy these online through like garden supply distributors, or you can buy windowsill trays, which is what I did. I was on a bit of a budget. I couldn't afford to buy more of the official like seed starting trays, so I bought some really cheap windowsill trays to get me by. Works great. I can start 80 seeds on this, so, or 80 soil blocks, so not a bad deal. The other ones start 100, so I'm only losing 20, so to me that's worth it. And I'm sorry I'm kind of out of frame. You don't want to look at me anyway. But I was just trying to get it where you could see what I was doing here. So I have my dirt mixed up, and I'm just going to make some soil blocks with my little 3/4 inch soil blocker here. And I just get the dirt packed in there good. Wow, even though I put warm water in this dirt is so cold. Holy cannolis. And I put it on my trays like this, compress it down, and it makes these pretty little squares where I can start my seeds. So I'm just going to do this over and over. I'm only going to do 3 trays tonight because that's all I have space for on my heating pad. I've got like a little pad that, or a grow pad that puts off heat to warm the soil up a little bit, so the seeds will go ahead and germinate. So I'll put these on there, but I only have space for 3 right now because I have well over 1,000 in there right now growing. I'll show you that in a few minutes, but I'm just going to keep doing this until I have all 3 trays filled up. Ta-da! This is why my soil is frozen, not just because of the snow, but because our temperatures are currently in the teens and have been below freezing for the last couple of days. Ooh, we'll stay inside. I finally bought me a stand for my phone, and I'm trying to get used to it. If you hear pitter patter little feet, you see right there, my dogs, they're out walking around. So I have my 3 seed trays here, and now I have my very dusty seed boxes that I organize my seeds into, and I'll show you that real quick. These are actually photo storage boxes. You can get them at craft supply stores or online, but instead of storing photos, I put my seeds in there, and I put painter's tape on there to label exactly what type of seeds are in here. So right now I am looking for my dog took her toy into her kennel and then proceeded to drop it. So this is my warm season with a few cool flowers in it, but I want to start my vegetables first. So I do grow vegetables for my family each year. I didn't do it last year. I planted a few things last year, but we had a lot of events happen kind of early in the season that threw me off my planting schedule. So my husband was in a really bad wreck. We had a family death. It was just a lot to deal with. Daughter was moving for college, just changing schools, just chaos. So I didn't get the number of seedlings planted last year that I wanted to, as far as for our family garden for our vegetables that we eat. So I'm going to be very intentional in doing that this year. My dogs are now playing, sorry for the noise. But I'll show you, I mentioned earlier, I'll show you my seeds that I started a couple weeks ago and how they're doing. I'm going to have to order some more seeds because I had some duds in there. It could be just because we've been abnormally cold here. We don't keep our house super warm. We keep it comfortable, but like comfortable to us is in the 60s. So even though I have the little heating pad on our grow rack, the seedlings may not have been able to get the soil as warm, or the soil may not have been as warm as it needed to be. So, or they could have just been dud seeds. Regardless, I'm gonna have to reorder and get those restarted. And those were like my Lysianthus, which they're temperamental to begin with. Anyway, so I'm gonna start my broccoli and cauliflower. I'm gonna do a few Brussels sprouts. I have not had much luck with them in the past, but I still try, at least until I finish up my seed packet. What else do I want to do? I'm gonna go ahead and get some kale started. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of kale because our number one kale eater isn't here. And I think I'm gonna do some cabbages. I'm gonna be pushing my luck on some of these. With it being planting in the spring, we would usually plant these in the fall because these guys don't like heat and we tend to go from freezing to stupid hot pretty quick. So, but I'm still gonna give it a try. Anyway, so first, been outside a lot today. I gotta run those. So my cauliflowers, I have a mix of stuff that I have bought from like the dollar store all the way up to, I plant some bok choy for my dad. He fell in love with bok choy. I've got Haas, I have Baker Creek, I have Johnny seeds, I have stuff that I've bought at Tractor Supply, I've bought at Walmart. Pretty much I'm just walking and I'm like, ooh, seeds. And so that's how my seeds get started. So I'm gonna start, all right, I'm gonna do the Godzilla broccoli. I'm gonna do cauliflower, not cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, bok choy. I'm gonna do some of the white cauliflower. I think that'll fill this tray up. Actually, I'm gonna do the bok choy in with the kale. Put that over there. Craziness. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to tilt you so you can see what I'm doing. Ooh. Hey, how about that? It worked. Okay, so I'm going to start two different types of broccoli. I'm gonna do the Godzilla and the Green Magic from Haas. I haven't grown these before, so it'll be something new. I'm probably gonna start a lot of it. These seeds are like 2 years old. So you can see the seeds, they're pretty small. That's 2 seeds side by side. My dogs are being so loud. I'm gonna do 2 seeds per little square just because these seeds are pretty old. I've had them for a few years, and the longer you keep your seed, there's still a good chance they might grow, but there's also a chance that they might not. So I'm just going to overseed, and if they all sprout, then I'll just thin my plants and I'll have extra plants. I can plant extra myself, or I can gift them to friends and neighbors who want them. That's what it is. I'm gonna over sew. And if you notice on my tray right here, I have blue tape. This is my painter's tape. I use it to label what's in my trays. And I need to thin it out. Not thin it out. I need to scrape this off. I'm just gonna chaos sprinkle these last few because why not? That's the noise you hear. Okay, so that is the Godzilla broccoli. I'm gonna do a little bit, actually instead of opening this, I'm gonna do this Fairy Morris broccoli that I believe I bought it at Walmart, maybe at Tractor Supply. It's already open. I'm gonna just do one little seed block of that, and then I'm gonna do a seed block, or a little soul block square of the cauliflower. Oops, I put way too much in my hand. Dropped a lot on that one. When I plant my flowers, I'm a little bit more precise in how I do it. When it's just for my family garden though, I don't mind a little bit of chaos planting. 2 extra. All right. That is broccoli. And I'm gonna plant cauliflower. This is don't let me pronounce it. From Baker Creek. I'm just gonna finish this, pack it out. She's right there. I have only had success growing the cauliflower a couple of times, and by a couple of times I mean I've only gotten a couple of cauliflower heads, because it usually gets too hot or too cold too fast for them. So I still try though, and they get weird and yellow, so I gotta get better about wrapping those leaves. Oh well. All right, so we have cauliflower and broccoli. So I'm just writing on my painter's tape, and I'm putting a little number above the word, so I know how many of the cells. So cauliflower just has 1, broccoli has the 3. So I know how many of these squares have what. I put that on there, and now I know what I have. I'll sprinkle some dry soil on these. I'll put a little bit of water in the tray right here and put them on my little heating pad. My dog's giving me the signal she needs to go out, so we're going to do this real quick. I am starting some status as well. That is one of my flowers that did not start very well. It was about a 50% germination rate, so I'm going to start some status. And I am chaos planting it because it thins pretty easily. Hang on, baby. I'll get this down. I'll run her out and I'll be right back. Status loves cool weather. It does not produce very well in the summer, so I definitely want to get this in the ground. And you may be thinking, hey Lord, it's January, why are you starting flower seeds? Because of my cool weather seeds. They need cool weather to really grow and prosper. Again, we go from freezing cold to ridiculously hot pretty quickly around here, and so I want to give these guys time to grow and thrive and produce before we get too hot. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. Half my tray is sown, and then I will come back and figure out what else I'm gonna plant in this tray. She is none too happy about this snow. She does not like to be cold. Come on, sweetie. What is it, girly? She likes to eat the ice and the snow. She just don't like being cold. It's cold outside. So in my last 2 soil blocks, I'm going to do another round of yarrow and another round of feverfew. Oh, being crazy. Alright, so I had a pretty good success rate in starting these with my other round of seed starting, but you can never have too many because they're beautiful flowers, particularly in the spring. This is feverfew. These seeds are so tiny. Again, I usually use a toothpick to start these, so there will be just 1 or 2 seeds in each little square. But I'm going to do a little bit of chaos planting today because I don't have time because my bread is about done proofing, so I gotta go cook it. So we're just going to chaos plant, and I'll thin these if they need to be. These are older seeds, so I don't expect to have a super high germination rate with these. All right, feverfew and yarrow. I like to plant a mixed yarrow just because I don't like just one color of it. It is gorgeous. And I'm just going to finish off this seed pack. There's not much left. Hey, puppy dog. Honestly, it's not even enough to fill up. So I'm going to add some more feverfew in this other seed block. I'm just going to do it like this. I'm just going to shake it on there. Probably plant way too many. Ugh, gross. Sorry about that. That was my dog. Alright. So I have status, yarrow, and feverfew. Do I cover? Do not cover. Do not cover. Oh, I love it when I don't have to cover my seed. Alright, put these back in here. I need to order that. Put all these back in here so I can keep these stored. And we have, I'm gonna write my little stickers out real quick. Status times 2. Feverfew 1.5 and yarrow half. I spelled that very wrong. Oopsies. My eyes only. Alright, stick this on the side of this. I'm gonna go put these on the grow rack and then I'll show you what my grow rack looks like. Go to the grow rack. Hopefully I can get this tray to fit. I have to do a little finagling up here. Oopsies. Don't want to finagle that. Alright, so here is my grow rack. I'm just adjusting right now so I can fit that last tray up here. So these are the 3 trays that I just started. This is the heat mat. There are some of my seedlings just started. My dud tray of Lysianthus. Then here are some of the ones that are doing really well. And then a tray of ranunculus that are starting to sprout. I don't know if you can see it. Here it is. So these will probably go outside in the next week or so. But yeah, this is the grow rack. So that's just a little preview on the seed starting process for me. I'll do this about every 2 weeks or so. Probably around March, there'll be about 2 or 3 weeks where I won't start any seeds, and then I'll start heavy into doing my summer seeds, and I will start seeds every 2 to 3 weeks throughout the summer. Typically, I stop planting seeds somewhere in late August, early September, because you want your plants to have time to grow before the first frost, which ours is typically the 1st of November. So I'll keep planting sunflowers through then at least. But we did have an early frost this year, and the heat and the drought really did a number on the field. So the field ended, or the flower season ended about 2 months early this year, which was a bummer, but you know, that's kind of what it is when you're in this line of work. But yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed the little sneak peek into how I start my seeds. Again, these are my cool season seeds. These are the flowers that will be harvested during the spring and possibly into the early summer, depending upon how hot we get, how quickly. So you will see these in just a couple of months in beautiful bouquets. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope you have a blessed day. Come back to see me again.